Welcome. So let's play Rule the Waves 2 as France, starting in 1920. It's the beginning of 1952, and let's take our regular look at the year that's just passed. We're clear of the refits. We've had several years of intense refitting, so it's all pure new construction. Two Charles de Troyes, an Ile-de-France, a Rhône, and a couple of slightly improved épée destroyers. The finances rocketing along, as you can see, slight wobble in how much funds we've got left, as we've been in debt for most of the year. Not much new tech. The tensions, as you saw in the last episode, all wobbled around Japan. It got to 11. It was a bit hairy. The game offered me a surefire, let's start a war with Japan, and I balked. And I balked because I just didn't really feel that Japan was ever going to be a good opponent in a war. I've done long-distance wars with America, which is just one sea zone away. Doing it with Japan, which is, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 sea zones away, 3 if you just concentrate in Southeast Asia, that's not a good thing. And particularly because my bases in Southeast Asia would have been very vulnerable to any kind of Japanese surprise attack and then invasion, plus the cost of constantly having to have your ships out or overseas, not in your home area. So didn't appeal at all. So let's have a look at where we are in January. So slightly worrying monthly negative balance. I'm going to have to pause the odd ship. Otherwise, all is relatively good, other than I really would love the Germans to be more annoyed with us than a mere 4, and the Japanese to come down a bit. The budget's at 618. I wonder if that's a kind of a max for the French. Be interesting to see. But we really are pushing out the expenses. We're spending 53,000. So normally we spend somewhere in the 40,000. So let's go into January. The Italians hold a belligerent speech. God bless the Italians. And some more stuff. Auto-loading a problem. A new fighter. Let's have a look at a new fighter. So an interesting contrast. We have the Levasseur, which is ever so slightly slower than the block in all areas and slightly less ranged than the block. But, nothing. I mean, 10 miles, 8 miles, or nautical miles less. Firepower the same, maneuverability the same. The Levasseur, lot stronger in toughness, and then much the same. So really, it's, do I want slightly faster or slightly less tough, or do I want to go with the toughness? Also worth pointing out that the Portez here is a 1950 fighter, and this is, it says 2 years later, but actually this is February. This is only a year and a bit. And the speed difference from 399 to 474 is absolutely huge. I think I'm going to go for the tougher because the speed and the range differentials are just too small to be worthwhile. So yeah, let's go for that one. Wow, I mean, that was a huge difference in speed over such a short time. Let's have a look at other aircraft types and see what else might need a little bit of a refresh. So I think the standout here is my 1947 torpedo bomber of only 255 knots maximum speed. The dive bomber in comparison is 330, so 80 nautical miles faster. That would seem a reasonable one. Although, having said that, I could talk myself out because the torpedoes are slightly old-fashioned. The medium bombers at 321, I think that given the speed increase here, I think that that might get quite a big improvement, more than the torpedo bomber. So I'm going to ask for one of them. Traditionally, I would do things like range for a medium bomber, but the medium bombers have got such long range that I don't really think that's important. So I'm going to put it at speed and then bomb load and see what they come up with. Quite sure why the funds didn't dip down a bit lower than that, because I thought they were at that level last month. But anyhow, hooray! I can keep on at this max rate for another month. And ooh, the Rhone is commissioned into the Navy, so that is excellent. And we get lovely big oxygen-fueled torpedoes too. And an anti-missile jamming system. That sounds nice. So I'm just going to equip the Rhone. I'm going to do that by, I've got some, let me show you my air groups. I've got everyone in Northern Europe fully stationed, although look at the airplanes, there's a lot of airplanes missing. But I've got some leftover squadrons in Toulon and Marseille and Nice. I'm going to scrap some of those in order to add some to the Rhone and see how that goes. Okay, that's the Rhone equipped with various fighters and dive bombers and torpedo bombers. And I have taken out all the planes from Marseille and Nice, and I've only left some medium bombers and some flying boats in Toulon. So let's hope nothing comes up in the Mediterranean. I've got a little bit of loose change. We're running out of time to build the big ships. My CLs are a little bit anemic. We did build one of this Amiral Cecile class, and if I open it up, it's still pretty contemporary, probably a bit gun heavy. I could take off one of the turrets relatively easily and add another SAM. I know that we've already got 2 SAMs, and that's as much as the director can direct at any one time, but it then gives the ship some spare SAMs to load whilst the other ones have just fired. I think that's a reasonably attractive offering. Let's delete X and then add X. Oops, a little bit close. Let's add W. Yeah, that looks pretty reasonable. It will give us this error message. Number of SAMs exceeds the effective fire control. That's okay. We'll keep the Admiral vibe going with Amiral Crass, who was a real man. He served with distinction in the Adriatic, and he was both an admiral and a notable musician, because he's French and they can just do that kind of thing. So bravo to him. And let's that. So yeah, pretty happy about that, I think. And let's go into April. There's another ship and another research breakthrough. Just looking at the foreign affairs, Japan has come down to what, 9? Italy is at 7. Russia and Germany are both still at 4. I'm going to increase the intelligence to the Russians. I'd be happy with either of them kicking off a war. Interested in buying? I don't think so just now. Thank you very much. Still can't work out the auto-loading on a 5-inch guns. That didn't do very much. I've just noticed the one of the Victor Hugos is obsolescent, so I'll just give it a 1951 rebuild. I'm not sure if that was particularly extensive. No, it doesn't look like it. And the Rhone's finished working up. Welcome to the fleet. Let's say no to all of them. Good for the Germans. And so to July. And we've recovered from our world slump. Offering sellers of rights, sound location devices for submarines. Yeah, we've got the money. Thanks very much, Britain. Helps to solidify the alliance as well. And to August, well, there's the Victor Hugo coming back. So yeah, it was a pretty minimal thing. So here's their Mainz. They've gone 6-inch gun-tastic. It's 15 of them. kind of feel that's a 1940s design. You know, where are the SAMs? Oh, of course. Oh, they've still got 2 SAM launchers. Oh yeah, yeah. 11,000 tons. I mean, that is quite heavy. Mine were only about 7,500 tons. Still the international situation, staying perfectly placid. I see. Didn't we just steal this one a moment ago? Am I having some sort of weird deja vu? I mean, it is an all-rounder, you know, torpedoes and mines and SAMs and a reasonable gun, AA, and a lot of 6 inches. Ooh, improved gunnery computer. Liking that. So they're upping their planes as well. Come on, we need some increased tensions. A spy from Japan has been discovered. Oh, Japan, really? I'm going to handle it quietly. I still don't want war with Japan. I mean, I'm doing nothing to provoke the Japanese. They are really asking for it. Unexpected advances in lighter-than-air naval aviation. I wonder what that could be. Come on, Germany. The Naval Secretary believes destroyer is important. He wants us to build another. Yeah. Of course, sir. I'm not going to build them. Let's take the prestige hit. Okay, so new medium bomber. What has it given us? Well, it hasn't given us the huge jump in speed that I was expecting. So that's a little disappointing. The range is similar. The long, yeah, it's all much for muchness. I'm kind of thinking, you know, why bother? I'm not. I mean, it's a bit faster. All right. In real life, introducing a new bomber is a major event. You know, retooling all the maintenance and la. But we don't have to bear any of those costs here. I will take the better one. It's only marginally better. Thank you very much. But you know, the old one is still perfectly serviceable. Nothing wrong with it at all. And so into December, and the Ile-de-France is commissioned. I didn't think it was going to be finished that quickly. How wonderful. Well, that'll give us a huge lift. Build ship, build another Ile-de-France. It would take 28 months, so it would be ready in the last year. I'm sure I said we really needed to build more carriers, and it's only 24 months. I'm going to build another carrier. Okay, still leaves us with a little bit of space. We have another Amiral Cecile. Go up, look up another admiral. So we'll go with Amiral de Bougainville, contemporary of Captain Cook, and also an explorer of note as well, as indicated by the fact that one of the islands in the Solomons is named after him. Pretty pleased with that, except for the Russians getting friendlier and the Germans doggedly doing nothing. Here we are back again, and let's see what 53 brings. Starting to get perilously close to the year of my birth. Modern jet aircraft are more powerful, but also more expensive than earlier aircraft. Well, thanks for that. So the Germans are scrapping battleships built in 1930. I noticed before one from 1928. Thanks, guys. Oh, okay. Leaving aside, this is a Panzer Mark IV coming off. Yes. Oh. Excuse me. So they've just invaded Sakhalin Island, and for no obvious reason, we seem to have gone to war with them. Bugger. Oh well, I did want a war, just not this war. But obviously the AI is absolutely determined, no matter how hard I try and avoid it, to go to war with Japan. Well, this then seems like a good spot to stop this video and have a little rethink about what on earth I'm going to do. Suggestions welcome. And yeah, thanks for watching. Stay safe. I'll see you next time.